There is evidence that a massive dam was constructed over 12,000 years ago. Evidence that has been hidden for thousands of years in the scrolls of the Qumran caves. Evidence that has been collaborated by carbon dating and geological records. 4 of these scrolls, Isaiah, Job, Enoch, and Noah, places the dam construction at a time when Polaris was a seasonal star of early summer, not a pole star as it is today. Polaris only becomes a seasonal star when the progressions of the equinoxes moves that start below the northern horizon circle, that only happens to Polaris once every 26,000 years. These pieces of seemingly unlikely evidence from those scrolls have been rejected by the scholarly world. Evidence in those scrolls left there to be uncovered. Evidence, which is collaborated by the geological records of the Nile River Valley. Geological records show the Nile River level rising by hundreds of feet during that time. During a period of worldwide drought, the river level rise that has no natural reason to rise. Nevertheless, tradition says Khufu built the Great Pyramid and controlled the annual flooding of the Nile River. Now how did he do his amazing feats of engineering, like controlling the flooding of the Nile? The same way the Egyptians controlled the river now, with an irrigation dam. As Sherlock Holmes would say, the game is afoot. The problem with the Nile is that the river is in flood or drought. That is one of the reasons that the Aswan Dam and Lake Nasser were built, to regulate the flow of the Nile. Job explains the building of the pyramids, quote, he shoots forth his power against the rock. He overturns the mountains from their foundation. Therefore, he used the stones from the top of his quarry for the bottom of his new mountain, his pyramid. He cuts the stone because of the river perceiving the future and the good that will come. He dams the river that it may not overflow, unquote. This passage speaks of the benefits of the dam. The dam was the device that controlled the annual flooding and drought cycle of the Nile. Job continued his explanation, and the thing that it hid under the irrigation water of the rising lake, so that he might bring forth the pyramid, but where is wisdom to be found? No man knows the treasures thereof, and where is the place of understanding? Unquote. When the Caliph al-Ma'mun in the year 840 of the Christian era broke into the pyramid, he did not find jewels, gold, or even mummies to be crushed and be sold for medicine. What he did find was bat droppings, lots of remnants of tiny water creatures, and tons of dirt. The Caliph and his minions took months digging the dirt from Great Pyramid. The dirt had seeped in through centuries of sitting in that lake, the Sea of Nun. Flides Petrie, professor of Egyptology, the father of modern archaeological methods. Petrie made extensive measurements of the Great Pyramid, especially in the Queen's Chamber, where he had to spend much time cleaning away salt deposits that were caked on the wall of that chamber so he could make accurate measurements. The salt that was left behind after the brackish water had evaporated. However, the Queen's Chamber was high above the valley floor, evidence that the pyramid had once been underwater. The hieroglyphic symbol for Isis implies the Great Dam concept. The first glyph is an oval symbolizing the body of water. Above that is a half-circle symbolizing rising. Then to the left a stair-step triangle, the dam symbol. The meaning: Isis, the great dam that causes water to rise. The dam icon was very commonly used in the past, though it has been misunderstood for centuries. Many times the scholarly have misunderstood the symbols used to portray the dam concept, leading many experts into error. The most glaring are the Syriacs of the Old Kingdom, all of which are connected to the Great Dam of Egypt. The earliest Egyptian name for their lands was Kmt, now written Kmf. The hieroglyphic symbol reads bottom right to left, story, rise, 2, secrets, Horus or Pharaoh, and the Great Dam. We have been given a ball of thread to follow to unravel the mystery of how a Bronze Age society was able to erect 2 great pyramids more than 447 feet high. Herodotus said the pyramid was 20 years in the building and the machines to lift the stone were made of wood. Unquote. 20 years to stack 2.3 million blocks, which had an average weight of 5,000 pounds, average thickness 3 feet, stacked to a height of more than 450 feet. The machines to stack the stones were made of wood. Machines are translated from the Greek word machana, which can mean wooden barges. Any common Greek lexicon will say that machana is defined as machine. But surprisingly, if you look at similarly spelled Greek words, you will find they are defined as ship captains and seamen. Furthermore, if boats are not machines, what are they? Crocodiles. Strangely, yes, those machanas were sometimes shown as crocodiles in Egyptian sculptures. Horus, in the form of Herupakhered, his depiction where young Horus is standing on the back of crocodiles. That name is defined from ancient Coptic Greek. Heru, the tool of strengths. Pod, the narrows of the Nile. Khered meant earth for stone moving. These barges, when transporting numerous stone blocks, would look like crocodiles on the river when looked on from the lip of the valley. Metzrayim was the first pharaoh of the first Egyptian dynasty. His Sirach illustrates the narrows near modern Cairo with the island routed and the Nile passing on each side of the island. The second pharaoh was Aha, and his Sirach shows the creation of the Great Dam, and Egypt nickname became Rahab, the wall. The pharaoh hawk glyph is holding the mirrored hand stone, which implies that Aha was doing the stone quarrying for the Great Dam. The third pharaoh was Djeber, seemed to be doing the construction of the dam and installing the floodgates of the Great Dam. Jet, the fourth pharaoh, completed the Great Dam project and officially divided the upper and lower states of Egypt, a project that brought great prosperity to the land of Egypt. Lower Egypt's glyph is the red crown with an ostrich feather, a glyph symbolizing the dam and the water cascading over causing the mist to rise, and half circled with cross-hatching symbolizing the masonry dam filling the narrows. Upper Egypt is symbolized by the kite glyph, interpreted to symbolize the speed of shipping on the Sea of Nun. The second glyph of Upper Egypt also has the Great Dam symbol below it. The main image is the Great Dam, symbolized in three ways. First, the wall with water heaped up over the top. Second, the stylized wall. And thirdly, the wall Sirach with a snake zigzagging to symbolize the water cascading over the stair-step dam, with the pharaoh glyph, the hawk. Above, the Great Dam gave additional benefits to the pyramid builders, because as the dam grew higher, the stone masons working on the pyramid had stone delivered to their construction site because of the Queen of Navigation Isis. The Great Dam, as the water covered the stone blocks of the pyramid, the water would also cocoon the outside of the Osiris pyramid with green algae and black slime, the same colors that Isis used in the Osiris story. The wrappings then weathered away to white after the Great Pyramid rose out of the water of the receding lake in 2141 BC.